Today on Buckstorm Meats, we are going to teach you guys how to make some teriyaki venison sticks. Our ratios are going to be 19 pounds of venison, 4 pounds pork shoulder, and then 2 to 3 pounds of straight pork fat. We'll be using, once again, Walton's Excalibur seasoning. We got the Mandarin teriyaki. All their seasonings come with a cure packet. And then I use Excalibur Sure Gel. This just kind of makes the meat a little more dense, has a little more of a pop to it. And then also, since we're doing the teriyaki flavor, we're going to do the citric acid, and this gives the meat a more tangy flavor. So you probably wouldn't use this like if you're using doing like jalapeno sticks or anything. So just doing this kind with the teriyaki. So we're going to get this all break down the pork shoulder, and cut up this pork fat into smaller chunks and get it all ready to go in the grinder. But first, Al, what's the first step?
I know the first step.
What's the first step?
Whew! Cheers.
So we got all the pork shoulder broke down and the pork fat sliced up into small little chunks. All of our meat should already be sliced up into smaller chunks ready for the grinder, so time to start grinding. I always try to do a little bit of everything all at once. Way it just kind of mixes a little more evenly. And we will be doing the coarse grinder head first, and then we'll run it back through with the fine grinder head. Alright, we just got the first coarse grind done. So you can kind of see the evenness, that's why I kind of grind it all together at once. And now we're going to switch out our grinder head to the fine grind, and we'll run it back through here, and then we'll dump in all of our seasonings. Alright, we just got the fine grind done, and now it's time to add the seasoning. So today we're going to be using 19 millimeter smoked collagen casings. You can use whatever size or kind of casings you want for sticks. This is just what I prefer. We're going to put in 6 cups of cold water. The more water you put in it, the easier it comes out of this small tube, which makes it easier on your stuffer itself. Once again, Mandarin teriyaki. I do already have 4 cups of water in here. Here's another 2 more. So we got 6 cups. And then you got your Sure Cure. Then you have your Sure Gel. This is your meat binder. Then you have your citric acid. You don't have to use this, but if you do use it, you do have to smoke your meat that day. You don't have to let it sit around and cure. As soon as you put this in, put it in your meat, it's ready to be smoked that day. Don't let it sit around and cure for 12 to 24 hours or anything. Mix it all up here. Now I'm just going to slowly pour it over the meat, and then we'll just end up mixing it all up. Alright, time to dig in. Now this part you just want to mix it up as good as you possibly can. Get all the liquid absorbed up into the meat. Be ready to put into your stuffer. Next, put it into the stuffer. I usually always spray down the inside of my tube and inside of the big drum, just to kind of keep things lubricated a little bit more easier on your stuffer. We'll get her filled up. It should all fit. It's a 30-pound stuffer, so start stuffing. Tube is loaded up, got her hooked up. Now I just need to get my helper to come back and help me.
Cheers.
Alright, time to start stuffing. Once again, 19mm collagen casing. So, your casing, you're going to want to put the back of the bowl facing the stuffer and the opening on your casing bowl out towards the end. That's going to collect all the meat. Okay, you're going to tie your knot at the end. Ready to stuff. Now you're going to want to fill these evenly as possible. Okay, just like that. Got the first round of them filled. And just put your next one on and keep on going. Alright, so I just got the Traeger here turned on. Like I said, since we have that citric acid in, we have to smoke it today. So I have an older style of Traeger, so I can only set it to a few temperatures, so the lowest I can get my Traeger is 180 degrees. But I'm going to turn it on to 225 for 30 minutes, and then once that gets preheated, then we'll throw the sticks on and we'll turn it down to 180. So we're going to place this on here and try to coil it and fit on as much as I can. Look at that. It all fits. Got the top layer on there already. And then we will throw in some meat probes. Alright, so we're just going to leave that at 180 and we're going to let it smoke until internal temperature gets to 160. And then once it gets to 160, we'll take it out and we'll immediately put it into an ice bath. We're going to go on the other side of the house and start the meat in the other smoker. Alright, so on this kind of a smoker, we're going to do it a little bit different. So I set the temperature to 140 and put the meat in. We'll put the wood chips in and put some water in it. I'll usually put in about 3 drawers worth of chips. The chips have also been soaked in water for about 15 minutes. So we got the dog's help today.
It's going.
Alright, so we will leave it running at 140 for 1 hour. And then after that 1 hour, we will bump it up to 155 for 2 hours. So we'll check back in about an hour. Alright, well, we got the first hour done. Internal temperature of the meat is at 121, so we're getting up there, but still got a ways to go. So bump the temperature up to 155 and set the timer for 2 more hours. Traeger is still running at 180. And I think internal temperature is about 120-ish too. So pretty even. Alright, the internal temperature is only 138. We just got done with our 2 hours there. So it cranked it up to 175 and it'll be at 175 until the internal temperature is at 160. Alright, so the timer just went off and we are at 160 internal temperature. So once it reaches 160, I immediately put it into ice water bath and then put it in there for about 10 minutes, and then we'll take it out and let it sit out at room temperature for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then it's ready to be cut up and packaged. Let's put it in the ice bath. So what I do after they've came out of the ice bath and then they've been at room temperature for about an hour, I cut them to the desired length, and then I will put them in a package. Obviously you don't have to vacuum seal your meat, but it does help it stay a lot longer, especially when you have 25 pounds worth of sticks, if you're not going to eat them all at once. And there you go. There's the finished product, and it is ready to go in your freezer and throw in the hunting pack and share with your friends. Thanks for watching.